Today I will talk about how to work on Gmail using N8N Workflow. These are part of my series of lectures on Agentic AI. I am interested in business analytics and generative AI. This is my personal website and this is my Google Scholar page. I will describe three workflows. First is the workflow to get a single mail message as soon as the message is delivered to us. The second is to read and summarize many email messages. And the third is to read a particular mail message and reply to the mail message. For these workflows, I am using Code Node with Python language. So we should have the runners active in the background. So first, let us see about single email message trigger. This is the workflow. So first of all, there is a Gmail trigger. It triggers as and when mail is received, and we can schedule the trigger. And this is the code to arrange the data received into the headings and subheadings. And this is to check whether the mail is received from a particular sender. If it is received from a particular sender, our model will summarize it. Gmail trigger. We need to have a Gmail account credential. For that, we need client ID and client secret. And we can just set the schedule. This is set to every minute. And the event is message received. And I have set filter as unread emails only and with a particular sender. This is to arrange the data received in a particular format which we require later. And the language I am using in code node is Python. This is the Python code. Anyone interested can pause the video and note down the code. Moreover, all these my workflows are on my GitHub. I will show you the link later on. Then we check whether it is from a particular sender. If it is from a particular sender, we just set up the Gemini model. These are the setting of credentials. We need the API key, and this is the host. And I'm using this Gemini 3 Flash preview model. And this is the AI agent. The prompt I'm using is this. This will read the mail content and provide a very short, concise summary. And this is the input here as an example. And this is the summary. Actually, this was the actual mail. This mail I received from a particular sender. And the mail title was that it is an urgent task. And the last date is today. So our agent and Gemini model summarized it like as deadline today. Fill the NBE form for DNB pathology. Exam date is this. So this is how beautifully the Gemini model and agent summarized it. Now let us see our next workflow. It is to read and summarize many email messages. This is the workflow. So we need to have a trigger, and I'm using a form trigger here so that I can specify the number of emails to be read. This is to get the many email messages, and this is to mark the message as read, and this is to compile all the previous information so that we can feed to the code node here. And this code node is to arrange the data in a particular format, and then our Gemini chat model and AI agent will do the summarization work. So this is the form trigger. In this trigger, I have just stated the question as how many number of last emails you want to summarize. The answer the user will give in the form of numbers here. So this is to retrieve the number of mails. We need to have a Gmail account, and this is the credentials here. We need client ID and client secret, and the number of messages which we want to retrieve is from the previous form input here, and the label I have specified is this label. This will retrieve the messages from this label. Then we mark the email as read. We need Gmail account, and we mark the email as read using the ID, mail ID from the previous node. And this is the edit field to just refresh the data from previous nodes so that we can use it in our code node, because in Python I have already discussed in my previous videos that in Python we need to refresh the data in a proximity. This is to arrange the data using the Python language in a code node. This is the detailed Python coding here. This is the AI agent, and I have asked that please read these mails, all these mails, and provide a very short summary, including the sender email ID and sent date. And this is the Gemini model here. And this is the form ending. It just displays the output from the AI agent and Gemini model. So this is the working of this workflow. First of all, this is the form input here. User will select the number of emails they want to summarize. And this is the summary of 2 mails. Now, the third workflow is read a particular mail message and reply to it. This involve a human in a loop function. So this is the workflow. First, we need to have a chat trigger here, and we get the number of messages. We mark the message as read. This is the edit field, which should be in proximity to the code node. This is the AI agent and the chat model. This is again the code node to format the output of the AI agent. And this is actually human in the loop approach using a send and wait chat response. And this is to send the message whenever the human in the loop or human being then finalizes it, it will be sent. So this is the node to retrieve a single message. I have set it to single because we need to reply to a single message. So I have set the limit as single here. And this is to mark the message as read, that particular single message will be marked as read. And this is to refresh the data to be in proximity to the code node. This is our code node to arrange the data in a particular format. This is the Python coding. And this is the prompt to the AI agent. So I asked my AI agent to read this mail. Actually, it is a single mail, and provide a summary here. And I asked to include the sender email ID and sent date. And I also requested the agent to format it in this particular format, because in this particular format, I require sender ID, sender name, send date, summary, and reply. So I will modify this reply later on by using human in the loop approach. So this is my Gemini model. It will frame the reply, and this is the code node to parse the output of the AI agent and chat model to a clean JSON. So it is a very simple code here, just to remove the particular punctuations here so that we have a clean JSON. And this is how I will ask the human being to approve and modify this reply. So this is human in the loop and this is to send the message. So as soon as the human in the loop approves it, I will set the sender ID here, sender name here, mail type is HTML, and this is the chat input because the human in the loop was a chat node. So this is the reply here. So this was all for today, and this is my link to GitHub repository of N8N projects. Thank you.